Could this be the world's very first selfie?
I'm now waiting on the banks to film Longfellow coming down the Wilka River.
Check out these. These are my digital videotapes. I started shooting four-wheel drive stuff purposely for VHS tapes and then DVDs, and then went on to TV shows, and of course now my YouTube channel. I started shooting in about 1995 or 6, although there are a few tapes here from even earlier than that, when I did a trip and I was just filming for fun. I didn't have a business in filmmaking. I was a film editor, but I just shot my own stuff. And there are over 240 tapes here. I've worked out that it equals 1.66 years running time. My name is Andrew St Pierre White. Join me as I build four-wheel trucks and travel to the remotest parts of the world. I'm a prisoner of this hill. So what I'm going to do is count down to Christmas, the 12 days of Christmas. A video every day recounting my history, and some of it is really quite peculiar, about filming and flying and travel and exploration. And I'm going to start by picking out tapes from this big collection, or a moment from my 87 terabytes worth of hard disk drive space. I am going to take a tape and I'm going to check out what's on it, and I'm going to tell a story. This is tape number 1. I wonder what's on it. Oh yes, I remember this. North of Johannesburg, about 2 hours, which must put it in about 1994 or 5. We borrowed the Land Rover Discovery 1 from Land Rover South Africa. We went to a place called the All Fours 4x4 Trail near a small town called Naboomspruit.
Action!
And we were there to film one of the first parts of a DVD, well at the time it was VHS series, called Driving a 4x4. It was my very first tape, and it was South Africa's very first 4x4 videotape of any kind, as far as I know. And it sold in vast numbers for about 7-8 years before DVD came along. That same sequence is on YouTube today on a video, but here it is, weight distribution, and it was part of our, I think it might have ended up as part of our recovery. I don't remember that well. Here's the sequence. Principles of recovering a stuck vehicle is weight distribution. Here, the two situations that follow demonstrate the effect of uneven weight distribution. When digging, jacking, or placing traction aids under a vehicle, the following should be considered. This discovery fails to make the climb through lack of momentum and traction is lost. The driver has two choices: go back and try again and risk bogging down in the water, or driving straight out. After inspecting all four wheels, it's clear that there is no traction on the left front and that the right rear is stuck in a hole. The principle is this: if you lift a wheel, weight is transferred to its diagonal opposite. Here it is a simple matter of filling the hole made by the right rear wheel. After clearing some soil in front of the front left, the right rear hole is filled by dropping in some small rocks. With equilibrium returned, out she climbs. But that wasn't the very first piece of videotape that I filmed myself actually presenting to camera. That was shot probably in 1986 or 7. I was doing a lot of sailing at the time.
Good morning.
And I had a Super 8 camera, and I filmed this.
Well, here we are on the 2nd of April, exactly a year from Longfellow's maiden voyage. We've passed Groote Eylandt and heading for Oranjeville. Should reach there sometime fairly late tonight, maybe 9 o'clock or so. and it's a wonderful evening. The wind's just blowing nicely, and I think we're going to be in for a great evening.
38.
And then leave for Deniseville tomorrow morning early.
The first inkling that I had that I might actually one day do this seriously was actually filmed on a tape format called Super 8. It wasn't digital, it was analog tape, and my camera is quite a bulky thing, and I filmed it in 1990. I'd just taken delivery of my Land Rover Defender, which actually wasn't called a Defender, it was called a 110, it became the Defender, and I went to a place called Kutsi in the Kalahari and filmed this, the first joke I ever made on video, I think.
Hello, my name is David Attenborough. Here's another one of these fantastic pans in the middle of this great open expanse of dried desert soil. And in this pan are more of these fascinating creatures, these small insects that occasionally give away their presence by making the mud look as if it's boiling. The insects are an anomaly to me. I have no idea what they are, and so we'll go and find some more animals we know more about.
For the mating call of the great grey wino.
Tomorrow I'm going to share with you my car history. Four-wheel drives are not the only vehicles that I've owned. One video every day until Christmas. Subscribe and hit the little bell notification button.